I didn't cuddle with someone romantically until I was in my 30s, and I want to share some things with you that I learned about very recently. Hi, my name's Alora. I'm a 34-year-old late bloomer who did not start dating literally until the age of 32. And there were so many things about approaching dating for the first time that were intimidating. One of the ones that I feel like gets overlooked is how much touch in any capacity can mean when you've never been in like close proximity to someone romantically. But I feel like it's underappreciated as an opportunity to get used to being close to someone, to thaw yourself out for like other zestier times, and just as a form of physical intimacy, it is like top tier. So let's talk about some ways to get used to cuddling. First and foremost, I always say this about any kind of physical intimacy. If you feel like you are going to be anxious about it, you can of course fake it until you make it. Or you can be like me and just come right out and tell your partner. And the reason I came out and told my partner was because I didn't want to have to explain why I was suddenly trembling if he tried to reach my hand or put his arm around my shoulder with it before I was ready for it. I wanted him to understand that I had boundaries and we maybe needed to go slow. The more respectful he was of those boundaries, the more I felt comfortable like melting into him. So let your partner know that you're nervous. They probably can help you work you through it. Number two, great way to start cuddling is literally just to practice. If someone's sitting on the couch, you're going to sit right next to them, but like scoot right next to them, like have your thighs touch. That made me thrill when I was first getting used to being physically close to someone. And when you start off in that position, right, even if you're side by side and maybe like your arms or your elbows are overlapping, you can just kind of gradually melt into them. And I feel like that's like the next baby step into cuddling. You start off side by side and then maybe you put your head on their shoulder. Maybe they put their arm around your shoulder and then you have access to leaning on their chest. And then maybe you're leaning a little bit more, and then maybe like your head is in their lap and you're just, snugged up and they have their arm around your waist. Literally start side by side and then just melt as you get more comfortable. Having something to watch is a great distraction because initially as you're getting used to, or at least for me, as I was getting used to being close proximity to someone, having something to really concentrate on while I calmed my body and my panic down was really helpful. So put on a movie you actually want to see, a show you actually want to know how it ends, so that you can focus your brain on that while the rest of you just kind of relaxes into it. This is what I need people to know. I was so worried when someone put their arm around my shoulder that their arm was going to fall asleep, and it honestly took me out of the moment. Don't worry about it, babe. Just worry about how you feel. If someone wants to put their arm around your shoulder, just let them do it. If they need to adjust, they will. Just allow yourself to take that worry out of your brain. While you're watching said movie, while you are melting into someone, really great way to kind of overcome the physical touch like anxiety you might have is to hold hands. If like their arm is within reach, you can like be doing mindless touches, like trailing your fingers up and down their inner arm. They can be doing this to you. It feels incredible. They can be putting their fingers up and down your arm, up and down your back, and vice versa, depending on how you're sitting. All of these things kind of like warm you up and just feel really good. If depending on, again, how you're laying, your arm could be like lightly touching someone's shoulder, their chest, like there's so many options here. If you are nervous about like having a first kiss or just kissing in general, cuddling is a really great way to kind of warm up to being close to someone and then to take the next step. Like I always said, I always used to joke when I was first starting to get used to this that it was thawing me out and I needed the thaw out time. This is very similar. Like if you start cuddling, like actually laying down in bed, like start off like just getting used to someone being in your space. That's like a brand new experience, right? You can start off by laying side by side. You can hold hands. Your head can merge onto their shoulder. You can find a comfortable spot, like tuck in underneath their arm, laying on their chest. Like it really is just about finding what feels good close to someone and that is comfortable for you both. But just starting off with that initial, like, go hip to hip, see how that feels. Have your arms overlap, see how that feels. All of them are baby steps, and there's no shame whatsoever in needing to take your time. You take as much time as you need, and you only do what you feel comfortable with. So if you don't want to rush, don't rush. If you're nervous, say that you're nervous. Can we do things scared and get over it? Absolutely. But on our own timeline, not on anyone else's. Last but not least, just remember, if you have the opportunity to cuddle with someone, they want to be there in that moment with you. They are not bored. They are not doing it out of pity. They want to be there. And if they don't, We don't have time to cuddle with people that don't want to be there. Like, bye-bye. Consider this my soap op moments for cuddling. It's amazing. It's so much fun. It's cuffing season. So friends, cuddle away. I'm rooting for us both. And again, I swear the motivation to date literally just comes from wanting to cuddle for me right now. Like that is the main motivation. That's how much fun it is.